Hey there, this is Morgan from MorganOnScience.com and MetaMorgan on Twitter. I'm coming to you from the Hilton in Rockville, Maryland, where I'm staying here. I was invited to be part of an NIH planning meeting for the National Human Genome Research Institute, the NHGRI, in order to help them deal with or figure out how to deal with the flood of data and the infrastructure that's needed to deal with the flood of data that's coming down the pike from all of the genomic and post-genomic technologies that are out there. So it's an interesting exercise, but the first thing I have to say is, sitting in a room for 2 days just discussing endlessly topics of what we're going to do, it's really, really hard for me. I'm somebody who likes being outside. I'm somebody who likes being active and getting exercise, and so just sitting there and listening most of the time, I get a real sense of like angst and frustration sometimes. I try to go out and exercise every day, every morning, just to reduce that, but still, it's really, really hard for me to sit there and just sit still and listen. I don't know if you've experienced that, but anyway, aside from my personal issue with this, I think it's really interesting because there were sort of several different groups of people who were at the meeting and who had very different takes on things. One of my big issues, as you might know from my blog, is it's all about the people. I think science is about the people who are doing the science, and trying to help those people do it more effectively, and trying to help people maximize their enjoyment of a science career so that they'll stay in it and continue to do great science. And I felt like the meeting really gave that short shrift. At one point I brought up just a very surface level thing related to some of my own career frustrations as a cross-disciplinary person who doesn't really fit into traditional departments very well. And that's been really challenging for me. I mean, I've learned a lot about how to succeed through the challenges I've faced, but it's been really challenging. So I brought this up, and one of the most immediate responses from another person was, well, that's just a person problem. Really, we've got to focus on the computers and the informatics, and building that up. We don't want to focus on, people, because, then we'll be seen as being wishy-washy, and the next higher level up, people will just ignore anything we have to say. And I was really flabbergasted by that, because to me, the whole thing is a people problem. Without people, you have no infrastructure. You can set some computers up, but if there aren't people there to run them or maintain them, they pretty quickly succumb to entropy, and nothing much really happens with them. And so to me, it's all about encouraging people to stay in careers, to get trained to do the kind of science that we need them to be doing in the modern era. And personally, I think it's really important to train more people like, that have interests like I do, that combine the span fields like computer science and biology, or statistics and biology, or whatever, people who actually can cross disciplines. But that's really hard, and it's not being done very well in traditional academic departments. And so to just sort of wash over that all was pretty frustrating. And I actually ran into somebody at lunch today who had a very similar viewpoint, and was really pretty frustrated by the situation, and just sort of ready to say, I've had enough of this. I don't want to fight the system anymore. And it's really sad to me to hear that. But on the other hand, it makes me feel like what I'm doing with this blog, with the consulting that I do and everything, helping people stick with their science careers is an important thing to be doing, because people need more support. I wish I had had support when I was coming up through, especially as a junior faculty member. My graduate school years weren't easy, my postdoc years weren't easy, but certainly the hardest portion of my career was starting a faculty job and getting to the point where I'm at in the faculty job. That was far and away the hardest part of my career. It would have been great to have some kind of deeper support during that period. And so, that illuminates for me that what I'm doing here is needed, but it also frustrates me that at the highest levels that it's not really being paid attention to, at least not visibly to me. Maybe there are people paying attention to it, but I don't see that. I didn't see that in the meeting today. So anyway, that's it for today. But I'd really love to hear your feedback on this. What do you think people need in terms of support through their science careers? And do you think that the NIH and academic departments are paying adequate attention to the people costs of the way the system is currently structured? I feel like it could be a lot more people friendly than it is, but I want to hear from you and see whether you agree. So anyway, leave your comments on the blog. Again, that's at morganonscience.com. You can also tweet me at MetaMorgan on Twitter, and I have a Facebook fan page. It would be great if you show up there and leave your comments there. I'll definitely answer them as well. So until tomorrow, I'm signing out. This is Morgan, and see you later.